Hamas, an acronym, which translates to the Islamic Resistance Movement. Established in 1987, it's a Palestinian Sunni Islamic fundamentalist militant organization that has a political as well as a military wing. While it has been designated as a terrorist organization by Israel, the US, the EU, Canada, and others, it is also recognized as the legitimate governing body of the Gaza Strip by many Palestinians and some international entities. Israel. The State of Israel was established in 1948, following the United Nations partition of Palestine. The creation of Israel led to a significant displacement of Palestinian Arabs, an event known as the Nakba. This, along with later events, is a major source of contention between Palestinians and Israelis. Timeline of events. 1987, Hamas is founded during the First Intifada, an uprising of Palestinians against Israeli rule in the occupied territories. 2005, Israel disengages from the Gaza Strip, evacuating all its settlers and military installations. However, Israel maintains control over Gaza's airspace, seafront, and access to its borders. 2006, Hamas wins the Palestinian legislative elections. This victory intensifies tensions between Hamas and Fatah, the dominant party in the Palestine Liberation Organization, the PLO. 2007, after a period of infighting between Hamas and Fatah, Hamas takes control of the Gaza Strip. This results in a geopolitical split, with the Fatah-dominated Palestinian Authority governing the West Bank and Hamas governing Gaza. 2008 to 2009, 2012, 2014, these years saw significant military confrontations between Israel and Hamas. Each conflict involved airstrikes, rocket attacks, and in some cases, ground invasions. 2021, another flare-up of violence occurred in May 2021. Tensions began in Jerusalem over potential evictions of Palestinian families and Israeli police actions at the Al-Aqsa mosque. These tensions led to rocket fire from Gaza and airstrikes by Israel in a conflict that lasted 11 days. October 7, 2023, a day that will be etched in the annals of history. In the final hours of the Jewish feast of Sukkot, the world witnessed an unexpected act of aggression. At precisely 6:30 a.m., Hamas initiated a full-scale surprise attack on the State of Israel from land, sea, and air, resulting in the tragic loss of 1,200 Israeli lives. The pressing question on many minds is, how was a nation, with one of the most advanced defense systems in the world, be taken by surprise? Israel, renowned for its intelligence and defense capabilities, appears to have been caught off guard. Multiple factors could have contributed to this, from intelligence lapses to the strategic timing of the attack during a religious festivity. As the dust began to settle, international reactions poured in. The US, a long-standing ally of Israel, vehemently condemned the attack. However, this strong support for Israel raises another concern. Could the US itself become a target for future terrorist activities? Especially with the current administration's open border policies accelerating the influx of foreign migrants onto US soil. Adding to global tensions is the $18.6 billion worth of US military equipment left in Afghanistan, which now lies in the hands of the Pakistani Taliban, making them the most well-equipped fighting force in the region as well as positioning them to be black market international arms dealers. The mountainous regions of Afghanistan and Pakistan make routes for equipment movement quite possible. This significant arsenal could change the balance of power in the region, posing threats not only to Israel but to other nations, including the US. As investigations continue and the world grapples with the aftermath of this tragic event, nations will need to come together, to understand, to respond, and most importantly, to prevent such acts in the future. The global community has been swift in its reaction. Numerous nations, organizations, and leaders have come forward expressing their condolences, concerns, and condemnations. However, amidst this unity, there are pressing concerns that must be addressed. The Israeli-Palestine conflict, with its deep-rooted history and a myriad of complexities, has always been a focal point of international diplomacy. This recent event underscores the urgency of a lasting resolution. The United States, with its vested interests and long-standing involvement in the Middle East, finds itself at a crossroads. While its allegiance to Israel remains unwavering, there is growing apprehension about potential repercussions. The most obvious of which would be terrorist attacks on US soil. Could this commitment expose the American homeland to increased risks? This is a question that policymakers, security experts, and the general public must grapple with. The situation is further exacerbated by the decision of the present administration to leave $18.6 billion of military hardware in Afghanistan. While the initial intention was to support Afghan forces, the abrupt withdrawal led to unforeseen consequences. One of which could be that the equipment left in Afghanistan somehow made its way into the hands of Hamas. For now, at least, these questions remain unanswered. The Pakistani Taliban's potential access to this equipment poses serious regional security concerns. The possibility of these assets being used against American interests, or even sold to other hostile entities, is a looming danger. The United Nations and other international bodies are under immense pressure to act, to mediate, and to ensure that such escalations do not spiral into broader conflicts. In these challenging times, the world must remember that unity, dialogue, and understanding are the pillars upon which lasting peace can be built. The events of October 7 are a stark reminder of the delicate balance of global politics and the shared responsibility of nations to safeguard humanity's future. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, please support our content by subscribing to our channel.